Another terrorist, released early from prison, bent on violence, like the London Bridge attacker shot dead on the streets of London. Prison certainly hadn't de-radicalised either of them. It may have made matters worse. Ian Atchinson conducted an independent review of Islamist extremism in prisons in 2015.
Well, if you wanted to invent an incubator for violent extremism, you couldn't really do better than the prison system at the minute. It's already beset with multiple problems, awash with drugs, violence is hitting record highs. You've got highly charismatic offenders, mostly imprisoned under the Terrorism Act, and they're in very close proximity with highly credulous, violent young men.
If prison life has that impact, will longer sentences help? And at the next stage, mandatory parole boards are not always a guaranteed safety net. There's still concern about those like Sudesh Aman, who on the face of it hadn't shown themselves to be violent. The fundamental question here, what to do if someone poses a risk but can't be dealt with by the criminal justice system because they haven't committed a lock 'em up and throw away the key offence. Ensuring that they're not released early certainly delays the problem, but does it only delay the problem? What else is going to change by locking them up for longer? This former chief prosecutor is calling for a different approach.
Longer prison sentences will keep us safe for a little bit longer, but the likelihood is that when they come out, they will be as radical as they were when they went in, as extreme as they were when they went in, and wanted to do what they were planning to do months, years before.
But what about de-radicalisation programmes? The Prime Minister says often they don't work. Hanif Kadar, who used to work on programmes guiding people from jail back into the community, says they do work, but have been cut back.
I would say that, what Boris Johnson said about that they don't work, I would disagree with that. He needs to go back and look at the system and look at what worked in the past, because they have worked. Speak to some of the guys that were in probation and within NOMS, and they will argue that a lot of them have worked.
But for now, government focus seems to be on keeping them behind bars for longer. Jason Farrell, Sky News.